Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Millie, and on this channel I talk about yarn, I talk about knitting and crochet. I share projects that I'm working on, projects that I have finished, or projects that I'm going to be working on. Today I'm sharing a project that I am going to be working on in the next few days, and I am going to be working on a jumbo blanket. I have made jumbo blankets in the past, and I'm trying to make another one using some of the yarn that I have in my stash, because in the next few weeks I'm going to be trying to do a lot of stash busting, and so I'm going to be trying to use up some of the yarn that I have. So I bought some yarn that has since been discontinued, and I am looking for a quick project, and this yarn will make a very quick project because it's a jumbo yarn. But before I show you the yarn that I'm going to be using, I'm going to show you the blankets that I have already made, and I'm going to be replicating the same blankets in this next project. So the first blanket that I'm going to show you is this jumbo blanket here. It's an adult size, so it's really big. It's really big. It measures 62 by 32 inches, so it's quite big. And I made this using a yarn that has since been discontinued, and this is the yarn that I used. The name of the yarn that I used is called Buttercream. I still have the label with me. So it's called Buttercream, and Buttercream Luxe Craft Cozy. That's the name of the yarn. And it's 50% superwash merino, 45% acrylic, and 5% viscose, and it's shedding on me. I think it's the wool content in the yarn. So this yarn is a super bulky number 6, and the knitting needles recommended are US 15 or 10 millimeters, and for the crochet hook US M/N or 9 millimeters. I don't think I've ever used such a big crochet hook, but this blanket is knitted. It's a basic knitted blanket. It's in stockinette stitch, and the borders are in garter stitch. So it's very easy, very simple, a quick project, because it knits up really fast because it's a jumbo yarn. And this color here, it's called tan multi. It's like it's almost like a brown. It looks like it has a little bit or maybe a lot of brown, but very light. I don't know, I can't really, but it's called tan multi, and it has white going through it, which makes it really beautiful. It's a roving style or a single ply. So it had a tendency to split a little bit. So if you're a new knitter, you might, if you're using a roving yarn, probably knit slowly until you get the hang of it. And I used for this blanket, I cast on 65 stitches using US 19. I tried using the recommended knitting needles, but I didn't like the fabric. It was becoming too thick and heavy, and I wanted something light and flowy, so I didn't use the recommended US 15 knitting needles, and so I used 19, and I got this flowy fabric that I love. And so the amount of yarn I used on this blanket is 5.5 balls of yarn, which translates to 478 yards. So that's blanket number 1, and I made 2 of these, and the other one might be you might have seen it in my pictures or something like that, but I'm gonna show it to you. It's a little bit smaller, so it's a teen size. This one is a teen size. It's very light and flowy, and it's warm and cozy. So look at all the white going through it. It makes it really beautiful. So this one I used 4.5 balls of yarn, which is equivalent to 392 yards, and this blanket measures 54 by 31 blocked. So I blocked it, and so that's why it looks so beautiful, and all the stitches are well defined and everything. So that's a teen, it gave me a nice teen size blanket. So at the beginning of each row, I was slipping one with yarn in front. And if you're making a plain garter stitch, scarf, blanket, washcloth, if you slip the first stitch with yarn in front, it gives you a very nice finished look. I'm gonna try to show you what it looks like. I don't know if the camera is gonna focus properly to show you, but it gives you a very neat edge. It makes you look like a professional. So it's a beautiful blanket, and I'm going to try this size, or a middle size between this and the bigger one is what I'm going to try and achieve on my next project. And this color is called light blue. So, and I still have at least 1.5 balls of yarn left on that one. So the yarn that I'm going to use has also since been discontinued because I'm doing starch diving right now. So some of the yarns that I own are no longer available, and this is what I'm going to be using. So it's Wool Ease by Lion Brand yarns. It's called Wool Ease Roving Stripes. So this one has less wool in it. It only has 20% wool, and the rest of it is 80% acrylic, but it's also a super bulky, and I'm not gonna follow the recommended needle size. I'm just gonna use my 19 US 19 knitting needles because I like the fabric. I don't think it's gonna be as light as the other one because it has a less, the wool content is less, but it's still gonna be cozy. So this one is 3.5 ounces in 100 grams, 58 yards or 53 meters, and it's machine wash, gentle, lay flat to dry. This one is also machine washable, low iron, do not bleach, dry clean. Okay, so it's almost similar, apart from I think this is more luxurious compared to this one. So I have 2 of this color. So I have 2 of these, and then I have it in other colors because it was on sale because it was being discontinued, so I just grabbed what they had. So this color is called Hickory, and this color is called Daisy. I don't know why it's called Daisy, but I love the color. It has different shades of yellow, tan, a little bit of a brown and white, and a little bit of like a darker brown in there. So I have I have 6 of these and 2 of these, so that means I have 464 yards of yarn, and I'm going to cast on maybe 50 or 55 because this larger blanket was 65 and the other one was 50. Maybe I'll cast in between because This is the yarn I have is in between, and I'm going to use let me see, where am I knitting needles? Okay, so I have these chiaoGoos, which are US 19. Let's see. I like the chiaoGoos because they have the size on the knitting needles. So if you cannot remember what size they are, you can try to look and see. It's not like so easy to see it, but it's there, it's visible. So I'm going to use these thick US 19s chiaoGoos, and if I don't like the way they feel, I have another option. So I have two options. I have these bamboo, and these, you can see the size, it's clearly visible. It's 19 or 15 millimeters, and these are, I don't think they are the same size. I think one is a 32, the other one might be a 45. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think they are sufficient. They are going to be, I'm gonna be able to put enough stitches on them. I'm gonna be able to make the blanket with them. So that's what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be casting on these in the next couple of days because I'm looking for a quick project, and this one will knit up really fast. The only thing I noticed with when I was making those jumbo blankets, you cannot take them anywhere with you because they are humongous. They are bulky, so they are not easy. They are not one of those traveling projects. It's one of those that you leave at home and knit on when you come back home. So it's gonna be what I'm knitting in the evening after work, and I'm going to challenge myself to be done with it maybe in 3 days, 4 days max, because it's just gonna be knitting in stockinette stitch and gutter stitch for the borders at the beginning and at the end, and that's very, very easy. So that is all I have for today. I am going to share updates on this, and I'll show you how it turns out, and I'll let you know how much time it took me to finish it. And so thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here and you like this video, consider subscribing. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. And if you would like to be notified every time I upload a video, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and also give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.